It's time to see if we have to console our Polish production team after this map, because Kinguin is struggling. They've won Nuke 16-14, but got hammered on Overpass earlier. Now we'll go to Mirage, and Alex, you have some bad news.
Do I?
Yeah, about the stats for Vitality on Mirage.
For Vitality?
Yeah, they're good. So Kinguin might have a problem. Like, our production crew is already crying. I just heard a manically laugh coming over from there, and I don't think it's really good.
Yeah, I mean, this is generally quite a good map for Vitality. We saw them play it yesterday against Mouse Sports, and we know that Mouse Sports are quite a good Mirage team. They really like that map, and yet that one went the distance. It went to 30 rounds. Yeah, Vitality did lose, but still a good showing from them against Mouse Sports. And then they've also got some recent wins against Ego. They just played that today, actually, just before this best of 3, and against Virtus Pro. So generally pretty good results for Vitality on this map, and I also expect ZywOo to have a lot more freedom. He was still playing well on Nuke, but now we should see him back on the AWP.
Yeah, maybe when he grabs an AK on the T side, he can run in like a madman like we've seen before, but I'm curious. Kinguin has some great players. Maniz and Mouse really stepped up last map. Will they do so as well? Maniz, of course, the AWPer, has the same range that ZywOo will have, and actually out-aimed some players of Vitality pretty consistently as well.
It's not going to be easy to go up against ZywOo, is the one point I will make. If Maniz ends up taking those AWP battles in towards mid, ZywOo will be willing to take some of those fights. Oftentimes he'll play in towards connector, maybe in towards window, and Vitality in general do like to fight for that mid control. As always, that is a crucial area to gain control of on Mirage, and so it will be interesting to see how those early rounds go in terms of the dynamic of the mid control. Who will be able to win those early fights?
Yeah, for the people just tuning in, the first map was Overpass, picked by Vitality. It was a 16-5 win. And from that moment on, we didn't really believe that much in Kinguin. It hurts to say for some people, but still, Kinguin bounced back 16-14, going the whole way to 30 rounds, and eventually clinging on to the win. But now we'll go to Mirage. And Alex, I have to ask you, do you expect Vitality to win? And if so, convincingly or not?
Yeah, I've still got to have faith in Vitality. I think it will be fairly comfortable for them. Obviously not as convincing as Overpass. I think that Kinguin could still get double digits, but generally you've just got to favor Vitality, especially because there on Nuke, we saw the entire team show up. If the same happens here on Mirage and ZywOo gets unleashed, then this Vitality team look like they could almost take on anyone.
Yeah, I'm afraid I have to agree with you.
Yeah.
Maybe the production crew will be waiting for me after the show. I'm not too sure. I'll just run away like a madman. But I think Vitality is just too strong. They are a tier 1 team, you would say, and they just need to show it right here. They're pretty close to it.
Yeah.
I think if we had another EPL season, they would be in the top and they would go to the finals. And I think they would even make it out of groups and do a pretty decent job. But now we're in the minor qualified. First, they have to get to the minor, and they have to face the major as well if they get there. I'm curious to see. I think as well Vitality will win. I think it will be close. It won't be an Overpass. I think it will be roughly 16-10 as well.
Yeah.
Maybe Kinguin can get a few more, but let's actually see. It's a knife round to see who will start on what side. And CT side is, of course, always slightly favored. The teams are a bit scared to go in this lovely street fight in a gun game.
It's also worth saying that over on the B stream, that game has concluded. It was Valiant to beat Fragsters 2-0, which means we have all of our other teams confirmed for the minor. Mouse Sports, Windigo, Optic, North, ENTS, X-Space Soldiers and Valiant are the 7 teams that have made it through, and one of these 2 teams will be making it to the final spot.
And that really makes it very scary for both teams. You know, everyone else has qualified. They're just laying down or crying. And now you still have to make it work. You have to see who will win. Vitality seems to start on the CT side. Pretty happy about that one, I would say, because especially ZywOo on that area with the AWP running around. Apex as well with the M4, just rushing like a madman. Everything can happen, but first we'll see the pistol. ZywOo on Nuke did amazing stuff on the CT side. Now let's see if he can do that just again. As Kinguin wants to go towards the A side, wants to use utility as well. it seems like Vitality is playing A on retake, and that might actually come to haunt them.
This is a very common pistol round. Vitality stacked 3 towards B, which is something you see very often because that A site is much easier to retake. And Kinguin just going for the A execute. They'll look to push in towards CT spawn, and this will be a free bomb plant. Not a single shot landed, and that bomb is down safely.
Mouse is going to push in, 3 players standing by, but Riaz has a double already. MBK is standing by, he gets a double as well. And still he has a few bullets left, he'll get a third. No, it will be Happy. But eventually it will be a 2-on-2 as well. Taz goes in, Rollin is still standing in Palace. And now it's Happy with a defuse kit in his pocket in a 1v1. Moving up, he knows where Rollin is, but he doesn't know how to pull him out. And Rollin just holds the pixel angle, gets the first round for Kinguin. And that is something for a change, as Kinguin wasn't too great at pistols so far, but eventually they do win it.
Yeah, and quite a cool way to play that at the end there from Rallen. You could see that Happy had no expectation that Rallen would be peeking towards the bomb. Happy was looking straight at the bomb, trying to fake the defuse, and this is a slightly strange buy. MBK, the only man to invest, he buys up a scout. I mean, their buy into the next round will still be okay. They'll get 4 rifles, but Kinguin not moving towards the site with the scout. They move towards B.
It is RPK standing by with the USP, hoping to get some frags. Brings Maniz to 1 HP, but it won't be enough. It's MBK trying to get a tag down as well, but still it won't be a kill. Kinguin has the bomb planted, has got a good afterplant as well. As Apex and Happy are trying to hunt it down, but Mouse is way too strong. Only Apex alive, but not for much longer. 2-0 for Kinguin. And Vitality will most lead by, but MBK is a bit of the cheapo.
Oh, there we go. ZywOo had exactly enough money for the AWP, and he instantly bought that one up. RPK goes for a FAMAS to get a few more nades, and NBK has to get himself an MP9. Even with those weak weapons, we don't see a defuse kit, so Vitality will look to lock down the sites, and as I was saying, ZywOo hanging around mid. Kinguin don't have a sniper on their side of things, but ZywOo rotates towards B. In fact, it's almost a full rotation, and it's the right read. Kinguin are looking in towards this B site.
Happy does not get the first rack, gets a drive-by from Muzinho, who's coming in with the UMP. RPK struggles as well, but with Apex, they do get some kills back. It is ZywOo with a good rotate, with a glass gun and AWP. He loses his life though, but still there's the advantage for Vitality. But can they hold on? Is RPK still strong? The tank is alive. And Apex will eventually get the round for Vitality. Op is saved, and Kinguin will now have to rebuy with all the money they have. Did not plant the bomb, and that is something unfortunate for them.
Yeah, Kinguin did take that as a bonus round, though. They kept quite a few of their weaker weapons. You saw the MAC-10s trying to get up close and personal, whereas into round number 4, they will get themselves full rifles, and we could see an AWP fight come into play. ZywOo finding the off angle in towards mid. There's a gap in the smoke, and he's looking to exploit that. But Maniz is trying to force an entry of his own. Neither AWPer getting a clear line of sight. It's actually Apex to fight Reitz at the start of this round, but he goes too far, hungry for blood, and yet still, Vitality win the trades. ZywOo has found a double.
That man always comes in when you need him, and maybe Vitality just have overstepped at the start. But now they do it again. It's Mouse with the 1v1 on towards Happy. MBK knows exactly where he is. Will go for another fight, but again, Vitality loses. And does ZywOo need to do everything? It seems like it. And he is still on the AWP, is now in CT. And will the bomb actually go towards A? It is Taz already moving up slightly, with Mouse also trailing behind, but they have no utility. ZywOo still has a lot, but RPK also moves in. Why do they keep doing that? It is now 1v2 for ZywOo. He can't do it, but he can't even hit the shot on Mouse. Triple kill for him, and the third round for Kinguin as well.
Mouse had to land an instant headshot there. ZywOo was flicking towards him, but Mouse was up to the task. And it will be a force buy for Vitality. ZywOo gets a sniper, but not the sniper he was looking for. He's stuck with a scout. The rest of the team have to pick up the pistols. And we see an early pause come into play. Vitality could fall quite far behind at the early stages here. That reset to their economy is pretty brutal for them, and it might allow Kinguin to get the good start they would have been looking for.
But Vitality did it all themselves. They gave the 1v1s time and time again. I don't understand why. Mouse just had a breeze, holding the angles, people walking into it, and he just needed to click those heads off. It will be 3-1 for Kinguin. The round will start. It's a force buy for Vitality. And that doesn't really bode well for them. They do have some util. They don't have any defuse kits. And they don't have any good rifles.
Mouse holding in towards A ramp. And the Poles looking to position themselves in towards A. Apex is in that corner, and Manice is completely unaware. Easy frag for Apex. He will take that all day, every day. It's only a Mach 10 recovered, but not a bad start for Vitality as they find a 1-for-1 trade and deny Kinguin the A play.
Nate flies in from Apex after he picks it up. Unfortunately for him, there's no player to be found. Kinguin falls back. And that means they still have a chance, but actually go back towards the A side as well. It is Apex trying to get past control right now, and it's nobody pushing from Kinguin, so he might actually have a very easy and fast flank. As IEM tries to hold it off with the scout, the rotate is slowed on from Vitality. As two players are very heavily invested in BFs. It's Riaz with a beautiful headshot, and they'll molly out Apex. That means the bomb will be planted. Kinguin has a very good shot at winning this round as well, despite Vitality fighting very, very nicely.
Kinguin should still be aware of Palace, but they didn't plant the bomb when they were using their nades. That makes this a little more awkward as Vitality have their eyes trained on the site. Apex comes in from behind, but Mouse gets a clean couple of kills. And Apex is known, he's not going to do anything else. A couple of kills for Vitality, but nothing too crazy. Kinguin get the round.
For Force Buy, this wasn't enough. And that means Kinguin is quite happy. Is now trying to build back against this eco of Vitality. But looking at where they're all looking, they might actually go to push mid with those USPs. No utility whatsoever though. As Apex is the only man investing in towards this round. Has that Deagle, will go towards mid, but has a very slow pace to get there. As Manice is already moving close with that Mach 10. It is Kinguin, already with the upper hand, already with mid control. Vitality isn't really that grouped.
You've also got to note that Vitality's money may not allow ZywOo to get an AWP into the next round. This one is obviously going the way of Kinguin, unless we see some ridiculous frags, and RPK had the chance, doesn't manage to take advantage of that. And Mouse will happily finish the job with a triple kill, a clean up in towards mid. And like I was mentioning, no AWP for ZywOo into this round. He's going to have to stick with the rifle.
Alex, do you know what I'm scared of?
No.
If Kinguin wins, production will laugh at me. Yep. They'll come by one. I say, oh, thank you for this great show. And they'll say, ha, you know nothing about Counter-Strike. I'm like, yeah, sure. You have a point there. As we do see a new buy round from Vitality. As you said, no AWP. But Happy is very glad to have that AUG. And will he get those frags again? Vitality really heavy on the connector pressure so far. But it doesn't really work out every time. And so far, they don't really know what to do. Kinguin is closing in. And I think Manice will flash them in as well.
Mouse up close, insta headshot, but ZywOo gets the opportunity, lines them up, and does 290 damage as he gets 2 kills and takes Reach down very low on health. Taz finds another kill for his team, but Happy drops the bomb. Manice not able to get the kill back, gives away his position and gives away his life. Those are 2 big misses from Manice, and that means that Taz has got to work his way in towards Connector.
RPK is holding close, and he gets a very, very small tag, only 5 HP going off Taz. He wants to get another angle, 45 seconds to work with, no utility whatsoever, and RPK is moving out, Happy as well. And they get the second round for Vitality, no AWP saved, however, and that might actually cost them later on. Still, they have a decent buy, but the problem is Kinguin still has money and can buy those AKs as well.
The pause comes through. Mouse is the man who's really been popping off at the start of this game. Up there at 13 frags. Again, generally, he is one of the standout players for Kinguin, and that has also been the case throughout the entirety of this qualifier. He's been their second best player statistically, but that could definitely change after this map because he has started very strong here on Mirage. And again, this round is quite a decisive one. Interestingly, the AWP is in the hands of Rallen, maybe because he's got that good spawn for mid. Now it goes into the hands of Manice. So scratch everything I was just saying. It is the normal AWP for Manice.
They always try to mess with us, Alex.
I know.
Don't you worry. The nades fly out early for Vitality. This time they have a decent buy, but still they elected AWP on ZywOo. And this time, MBK isn't too kind to ZywOo. He won't drop his lovely AK. Leaves his star player on just a FAMAS. A weapon he can work with pretty alright, but as Kinguin is moving closer towards the A side, Vitality might have to group, use their utility properly. The problem is MBK already dies to a peek in from Manice. No flash is needed. And now ZywOo is trying to hold off the angle, but he can't really find anyone just yet. It's Happy. The frag on Riaz. He tried to lurk from top mid, but he will fall. Back to a 4-on-4. And the bomb is slowly creeping towards the side, but RPK is coming from CT as well. Manice should hold the angle, but Apex is coming in as well. It is a double frag for Vitality, but still they lose another player. It is only Manice left, however, as ZywOo just goes in with a FAMAS, as he doesn't care what weapon he has.
They should be aware Manice has the AWP. He's already found a frag with it in the round, and you can see because of that, Vitality are playing incredibly safe, not giving any opportunity for Manice to find a pick. And just talking about that previous push there, after Kinguin gets that opening, they were very slow to react. They tried to put the smokes in towards stairs and jungle, but they were just a little too long on those smokes. That allowed Vitality to rotate over and establish their positions on the bomb site. And unfortunately for Kinguin, that delay in the push costs them the round. It is just going to be Manice holding on to the AWP, but the rest of the team won't have much money to buy around him, and obviously Manice won't get any money for saving, so this could be slightly awkward.
But then would you now force a round at AWP? That is the question you have to ask yourself. It is not logical. I think it's best just to save. Hope you get a bomb plant out of this one and maybe see Manice get some frags. There is enough money to at least get some pistols as they drop over the AWP to Riaz. Has the best spawn for mid. And they hope Vitality is silly enough to peek into it without an AWP. This time we're getting close, trying to jump on short. He has a very slow reaction time, but Riaz is slower. Mazinho is now the man to pick up the AWP, but he drops it over to Manice. He looks at the wrong way, almost to flick in. And of course, it's ZywOo with a triple kill already. Wants to take Mouse as well, who's now got the AWP. It's the only man left standing, and the only man that got a kill for Kinguin this round. He will fall, however. It is Happy, bringing it to 4 rounds for Vitality.
I'm not a massive fan of that play from ZywOo, in all honesty. Like, you must know that there's been an AWP saved. There's no need to fight it in towards mid. But then again, when you have aim as good as ZywOo's, I guess it doesn't really matter. The first man didn't have a helmet, so the one-shot headshot comes through. Then he continues to fight, trying to take the AWP away from Kinguin. And that means into round number 10, the buy will be there, although we are missing one rifle for Kinguin. That's Manice, who had to save the AWP previously, and Manice is trying to fake towards B, and he's drawn a huge rotation. This fake is working wonderfully.
Only one player remaining for Vitality towards this A side. And ZywOo is close with the AWP, will go to CT, and MBK is holding on for dear life, hoping he can at least get some frag. Will be flashed in, but can't get the frag. It is ZywOo getting something back though, but still, he has to play more passive, hope that his team will help him out. But Apex can only get one before he gets traded out. It's Mouse doing the work once again.
Even trades on towards the site, but the utility not there for Kinguin. That's going to make the bomb plant much more difficult. Having said that, Manice is on the B bomb site. The bomb will evacuate from A and move over towards the B side of things. Now, Manice does have to hold B alone for the time being with only the Tech 9, and Happy is going to try and cut off the bomb. There are so many interesting factors at play here. Will the bomb get to go to B? That's the question.
Happy knows exactly what's going on as well. ZywOo just needs to hold CT as well, but oh, Happy. You can't be happy about that one. It will be a 3-2. Vitality is now struggling as Mirage is trying to flank RPK as well. ZywOo jumps in, misses a shot, and now it's only RPK in 1v3. Cannot stop the bomb plan, knows that a player is close by, but does not exactly know where Mouse is. Tries to use a flashbang now. Kinguin knows where he is. Nate flies by, but Mouse will still survive. It's kissing in the smoke, and a frag for RPK, bringing it back to a 1v2. He has a defuse kit as well. Could even use this time, and Riaz doesn't have the AWP, but he has the AK, holding the angle, waiting for the cross. A cross RPK needs to take, but he's holding the wrong angle. It's only Mouse left in a 1v1. And can the tank do this in the end? He grabs his knife, goes closer. Mouse is just moving around the corner. RPK sees him, and he has enough time. It will be 5-5. And Vitality get the round.
That was a close thing. RPK looked like he was thinking about saving as he pushed into kitchen, but he found the frag, moved in towards the site. I thought Mouse might have done enough there. He was dancing around the angles on the bomb site. He was staying in cover, but credit to RPK as he finds all 3 frags. And that leaves Kinguin with a bit of a decision to make, but they should have enough money to buy into round number 11. And again, this has been a very back and forth start to this game. We are all tied up after the first 10 rounds of play.
Kinguin felt they had to play Overpass as first map, but afterwards they've really recovered and really have come back stronger. Mouse already on 16-6. But the rest of the team is not anywhere close. They really need to step it up. And after this small tactical timeout, Kinguin will see if they can actually make it work. They don't have the money to have a real good buy. They can have AK armor pretty much everyone, but they lack a lot of utility as well. The problem is for Kinguin that ZywOo is on that AWP and he has been racking up kills left, right and center. And if you have RPK that's also ready to clutch, you know you might have huge problems.
Yeah, again, it's much more of a team effort from Vitality. Most of the players performing pretty well on the kills, but definitely ZywOo involved in a lot of the action. Again, ZywOo is a player that seems to win clutches, and yet he also does a lot of the entry work. It's him and Apex who attempt entries most often for Vitality. They both attempt them 26% of the time, which is much higher than average. Obviously, the average for a team is going to be 20% split between the 5 players. So it's really ZywOo and Apex forcing a lot of the opening fights. And we'll see if that's going to be the case in this round, as Kinguin are able to get in towards mid. Mirage is the only man here, but he will happily sneak his way into position.
Are they going to fake A? It seems like it, but as they get the frags, they might actually collapse through underpasses. MPK and Apex bringing it back though. Zappy takes on Mirage as well, but now only RPK stands between Kinguin and his possible bomb plan, but he will hold on. 2 frags for him, and 6-5 will be the score for Vitality. RPK is just way too strong at this moment and will get closer to the kill count of ZywOo. And Kinguin will now have to go in a pistol armor.
Yeah, that was a very ambitious fake from Kinguin. I think if you're going to go for a play like that, you need a few more nades. And, ooh, okay, Mouse fully buys up, goes for the hero AK, while the rest of the team keeps some money behind. We'll see if there's anything that AK can do. Mouse has been feeling it, but ZywOo is also performing with the AWP, and yet he is dealt with. Taz gets up close, recovers the AWP, looks for the kill, but he misses the shot, and it looks like Kinguin will be shut down. Apex makes it a triple on the hold, and Mouse, that AK, has got to find 2 more kills.
The biggest problem for Kinguin, however, was that the bomb is dropped at top mid. ZywOo opened up on the player right there, and that was rather unfortunate. But Mouse is actually getting close to it. No player of Vitality is holding it off. With 1 minute 10 on the clock, he can still make it work. It's Vitality trying to pick up some utility from their fallen comrades. And hoping that they can actually still hold on towards this round, because Mouse has been on fire. 19-7 is his score. You could make a 4K to win this round. And actually tie up the score once again.
Mouse has 19 kills. He really has been a big part of Kinguin's success, and it would be very fitting if he could win this clutch. Vitality are somewhat spread apart from each other. there's an opportunity for MOUZ to turn this into 2 1v1s, and that's exactly what he would want to do. Try and isolate the players on the Vitality side. Timing is everything. I don't think Happy spotted the cross, and that means that MOUZ may be able to get the bomb plant, but actually maybe he did spot the cross because RPK is rotating over and the time is running out.
RPK wins the battle with ease, and it will be 7-5 for Vitality. And luckily their eyes are working properly, as we now will see another buy round from Team Kinguin. They could eventually afford that AWP on Maniz, but still, is that the thing they need? No, they want to play more tempo. And that means Maniz will go on the AK. They will go for an A take, it seems. If you look at how they're moving already, they're setting it up. I don't think they'll wait too long for it.
The bomb has been left behind, so they have to wait a little bit longer, but they are lining up the nades. Taz is going to need to take the bomb over to the A bomb site, but they're committing to the execute. It will be a set play in towards A, however the follow-up isn't there. They won't be completely committing to the A site this early into the round, and if anything, I almost feel like they've just wasted a fair few nades. They didn't really fake anything. Vitality have slightly rotated over, but as the time ticks down, as those smokes fade, they should realize it's not that likely to be an A play. MOUZ does get the kill, so Kinguin start to probe towards the A bomb site, but they're happy to just hold things down with the man advantage.
Maybe Kinguin concluded that the anti-nades of Vitality were actually the strongest factor which held them off in the first place. So with that small attempted fake, they maybe wanted to bait out as many mollies and flashes they could, but still there is some left for Vitality. As the push will soon go towards A, it seems. 3-man in apps, 35 seconds left on the clock, but also now Apex going through underpass, meaning RPK could rotate, but he's still sticking there. And now he's moving, but is it too late? It is Saiwu with the AWP, maybe being fragged right here as Riaz is moving out. It is Maniz falling. Eventually, oh no, he's still alive. It's actually 2 frags for each. And Saiwu and RPK are the only man left standing against 3 players of Kinguin, but oh, Saiwu. And Saiwu again.
Jeez, that's the round. Maniz doesn't really have time. The cross is spotted, and Saiwu continues to impress with that AWP. I was saying that we're going to see Saiwu on that sniper here on Mirage, and I was expecting him to use it much more towards mid, but on this occasion, he plays from CT, and that's why you kind of have to smoke CT sometimes. If there's an AWP in that position, it can be incredibly strong to just lock down the long-range angle. And here we go again. Saiwu looking confident after the previous round, but just decides to fall back safely through the connector smoke.
Apex is spraying like a madman, but can't connect any shot whatsoever. That means we'll stay on a 5-on-5, but Kinguin has bought. They have barely any utility, and Saiwu will go low. Problem is Vitality again lose their short presence, but also their top fragger. It is Saiwu going down, MBK getting 1 frag back, but the spray is coming in, he's going low. And it seems like Kinguin wants to be split. And that is a very, very good opportunity they could collapse upon. Only RPK standing by, but RPK isn't having a bad game either. As he does have that AK, does have some utility to work with. But Kinguin is getting some good positions as well.
RPK has definitely had some tricks up his sleeve over on that B bomb site. And it looks like Vitality have an inkling it's going to be a B play. The full rotation coming through. The Frenchies have a great chance, but great shot from MOUZ. Gets a second. And again, he is having a really good game. MBK is on the site, but they know where he is. And MOUZ has 22 kills, man. That is a really impressive first half with 1 round still to play.
I can only imagine how much ADR he has right now. It would be huge. And we'll go into the last round of this first half. Will Vitality bring it to 9-6, or will they lose it in the end? They have a force buy with 3 pistols, 2 M4s, also some utility to work with as well. And I don't think this is too shabby for them, but they just need to get those frags to maybe be a bit more aggressive, because I think that's really lacking. They only pushed mid with Saiwu against an eco. Rest of the time, they really respected Kinguin maybe a bit too much.
Well, Vitality are going to make some aggression work for them. Ooh. Oh, Okay, well, he makes a step, but there's no one to hear it, so it doesn't matter too much. ZywOo goes on the upper ground. This is a really cool way to double peek this position in case there was a Kinguin player holding it. So cool idea from Vitality. Unfortunately, doesn't come into fruition on this occasion because Kinguin are playing really rather passively, holding all the way from T-spawn. They finally look to take some map control in towards mid. Knowing that they have the superior buy, they want to look for the range advantage.
They want to go for the B split. ZywOo was standing by, hoping Kinguin would go towards the A side, but he knows it's wrong. It's Happy, probably getting the first action of this round, but he has to look the right way. 3 men are coming up short as ZywOo wants to flank, but RPK already falls. The M4 is dropped, and Happy has not been spotted out. Rollin is standing by. He can actually get a double right here, but he misses the first shots. Eventually, he'll take down Rollin, but Mouse has already moved past with his low HP and the bomb, most importantly. Eventually, Happy falls to Riyadh, and this ZywOo maybe to open up things for his team. It's back to a 2-on-2. The bomb has been planted. Mouse is still low, and there is no defuse kit on Vitality.
ZywOo trying to creep forward, so close, and Mao's not able to get the headshot. He's on 19 HP, but he gets the kill he needed, and it's up to ZywOo to come from the apartments. They know where he is. Eyes trained on his position, and Taz takes the kill and takes the 7th round at the half for Kinguin. Again, this is a very hotly contested map, and Vitality will probably be sweating a bit right now. They would have expected to make it through to the minor, and this is closer than they would have liked.
And Kinguin is really impressing me. I figured they make it close, but so far, Vitality has just been showing up, and I don't know if they can bring it back on the T side. CT side, in theory, slightly favored, but you never know. ZywOo can just do magical things. Apex and RPK with those AKs can always run in like Madman as well. I'm very, very interested to see Kinguin can bring it home right here. They have just 1 round behind. And with the pistol win, they can actually take the lead right now.
Yeah, this is still anyone's game. Really up in the air. It will all be decided in this second half. Again, if Vitality don't make it, that would be a big shock for this team. And they might even start to question if it's time to make some changes. And I think it's a bit too early to be talking about that, but the players may think differently. These players always want the instant success. And again, it's still a hypothetical. It's still anyone's game into the second half. But Kinguin have proven they can definitely keep up with Vitality.
Do you think Kinguin can win this map right now? Because we said, oh, it will probably be a 2-0 for Vitality, but we've been proven wrong already. Do you think Vitality will actually lose it here?
I've still got to have faith in Vitality. Again, the firepower is there. We're seeing good signs with ZywOo performing well. The other players are also generally doing an okay job. It's just not quite been enough to have a dominant performance. And on the T side, ZywOo could have even more freedom to make plays as Vitality lean towards A. Kinguin have got 3 CTs on the site to stop them.
No defuse skin, however, and that might actually be annoying for Kinguin, but they're playing for the frags. 3 players already here. And Rollin tries to open up the score, deals a lot of damage towards RPK. He takes down MPK in the process. He's only Happy doing something back, but eventually Muniz and Riyadh come in as well. Only Happy alive. He has no armor, but he has a P250 for the long-range engagements. Only has to find 2 more players, use the flashbang as well to get back out of ramp. And in the time Kinguin is looking for him, he'll actually go to Palace, and I don't know if Kinguin will expect this. They will most likely think he'll go towards mid, as it is a more open area where he could get those fights on as well.
This is the 3rd CT pistol round in which Kinguin have stacked the correct site. That really suggests to me that they have done their homework here. They've probably done some research and Happy looking for the fight. The P250 is capable of the one-shot headshot. That's what he's looking for. Again, the fight's coming through. Kinguin willing to fight towards him, but the double peek comes out. Happy may have had time to reposition, but decides to fight, and Kinguin take a team ace for the pistol.
And that equalizes the score. Mouse, again, doing some mighty fine work. 24 on 9 for him. And he's just carrying his team. Only 1 other player for Kinguin is on double digits. And that's quite impressive that 1 man can make such a difference, and so far he is the man to shine, and his stats will be out of this world. Now with an M4 trying to hold off the B side all his lonesome, and he will get some visitors. I think Vitality already made some noise, and that's why Ron is already rotating with that UMP. Vitality slowing down though. Have those smokes and flashes lined up. They only need to pull the trigger. If they do, they will face the brunt of Kinguin's defense. But actually, it will be Mirage also rotating later on, but he only has a FAMAS, not really the best weapon to do so. And they're already getting close. Mouse and Roland having the first frags of this round. And Roland will even get more good money with that UMP. And Mouse, of course, just gets more frags, wants to get that 30 bomb. And will only be happy with one frag, but that gun will be recycled.
That is really nice for Kinguin. They should be able to build up a considerable amount of money because this round should be even easier than the previous one. A P250 bought by Apex, but nothing else. And you were talking about Mouse's ADR. I've just looked it up, and he's got 135 average damage per round, which is very, very nice. The next closest player has just 63. And again, that's Taz, who's performing pretty damn well. As we see Kinguin hunt down these kills. Again, you don't need to take these fights, and Rowland is punished for his aggression, with Apex finding him and getting an M4 into his hands, but unlikely to do a massive amount with this rifle.
Bomb has been dropped by Mirage, and Apex just let them know where he is, hoping they will push him. But Mirage is low, actually going towards Apex, taking on that fight and actually winning it 10-8 in favor of Team Kinguin right now. As we will see the full buy coming out from Vitality, their first buy round of the T side. And will we see the AWP for ZywOo? It would be a gamble, which could actually pay off, as Mirage also has one, so he might actually need it to come back in this one.
Into the first gun round we go. Mirage looking in towards mid. ZywOo on the other side, but it's Apex to go in first. And that is the AWP using the range to its advantage. Kinguin don't even need to fight in towards mid. Now they've got the man lead. They can happily sit back, hold from the sights, and force Vitality to work their way back into this first gun round.
Vitality still has some decent utility, however. That might actually help them to get through in the end, but so far they don't have the positioning. Happy is all on his lonesome. He has most of the utility for his team. The others are mainly focused towards mid, as Mirage takes a lot of damage. Actually, the AWP going low as he was pushing towards B-Apps. It was MBK holding him off, but Roland might actually go too aggressive, and so he will ZywOo with a frag. And this is something Kinguin does a lot. Just goes for the 1v1s without a reason. Mirage should have died. Roland has died. And now Vitality has a very good shot at actually getting this round.
And now that you know 100% that ZywOo's got the AWP, I want to see no further peeks from Kinguin, especially at these long-range engagements. It looks like Kinguin have learned their lesson, but the two players are very far away over at B. Reeks is going to have to step it up, and he only gets one kill for his troubles. Taz does get the assistance. It's Mirage to come in from short, and this AWP has made the difference. 3 kills for him on the round, and MPK needs this kill, but the nade comes through. Mirage, despite being low on health, steps it up.
4 kills for him, the 11th round now for Team Kinguin. And they have a decent economy. Vitality calls out the pause, and they can buy, but again, they won't have much utility. And this is something we've seen this whole series. Teams just being shy of getting a good buy, and then contemplating, will we do a pistol armor to actually get a decent round in, or will we just try to force it every time?
And this is a huge decision for Vitality right now. If they get it wrong here, it could cost them their spot at the minor. They're 3 rounds behind. We're heading into the later stages of this game, and Vitality take the safe option. No force buy this time, and I think I generally agree with this decision. I just don't think the buy would have been good enough, and we'll see if there's anything they can do with the pistols, as Kinguin should be pretty confident to fight in towards mid. That smoke in towards top mid could suggest some aggression, but not going to come through from the poles. They are more than happy to play passive.
But Vitality is making the mistake of actually respecting Team Kinguin too much. They did it on the CT side a little bit. On the T side, they're also playing so slow, they're not really grabbing those positions, especially when the smoke came out. Nobody was in a position, they don't really go for underpass. And they lack so much information as well. Making some noise now in the B apps, trying to group up and maybe go towards A. And Happy just went away from there. So they figure maybe B is the best option we have.
Yeah, I don't mind the slow play in this round, just because you have at least got the nades to work with. Plenty of utility for Vitality. They start to use some of those nades towards mid, and that has drawn the attention of Kinguin. The B players are focused much more on the mid position. Rallen is now alone towards the actual B bomb site because Mouse was forced to move over, and Rallen might not get the kill on the cross here. This could be a bomb plant.
Nade is way too late as well, but Mouse is already rotated in, gets the first frag of the round, and of course, who else than he will? It is ZywOo and RPK refragging, however, and that means the bomb can be planted with an advantage for Vitality, picking up the rifles as well as ZywOo picks up a second of the round. And when everything is going wrong for Vitality, it's always ZywOo stepping up, but as he dies, it's back to a 2-on-3. But Benice is low, and Taz really needs to step up right now, as the AK in hand is getting closer. But I think the guy at bench, Happy, could see his barrel.
They're saving. Benice is nowhere near. Taz won't be going for this one. They know he's here, so Happy will just wait patiently. Shots are good, and Vitality steal away the round. They might die to the bomb, but it doesn't really matter. The round is over and done with, and that is a big round win for Vitality. I think they're fine with the AKs. They will survive into the subsequent rounds, and Kinguin there just rotating off B. That slight rotation from Mouse gives Vitality a little more room to work with. Because Mouse wasn't watching the cross from short, Vitality get up close onto the site, and that's why those smaller things can make a pretty big difference. As Vitality get up close with the pistols, they find the trades they needed, and that was such a huge round win for the T side.
The scary thing as well was that you actually saw it coming, so Kinguin should have seen it as well. Now we do see the double up coming out for Kinguin. They are using all their money into this round. Only Taz still has to buy, and he will spend pretty much all as well. That means Vitality, if they win this round, they can actually reset Kinguin and force them on their knees. And that might actually spell trouble. That might actually spell Vitality getting towards their score and actually maybe take the lead straight after in a new buy round.
And the other interesting thing about that previous round is that Vitality could have forced up, so maybe Kinguin weren't aware that it was a pistol buy. Either way, Kinguin going for this top mid smoke once again, pushing in towards top mid, but Apex finds the headshots. Reitz gets ripped apart, and that is not what Kinguin were hoping for. The first frag going the way of Vitality, and Kinguin decide to bail on that mid aggression after they lose the opening.
But look at the lack of utility as well for Team Kinguin, and he tries to bring it back with the AWP, but it's something Kinguin keeps doing and keeps messing up. They lose one player, then they'll go aggressive somewhere and trying to face those 1v1s, and now he's just running in towards the aim of MBK again. Luckily though, he doesn't take any damage this time. But look at Vitality already taking complete mid control, trying to get closer as well. But look out for Taz, as the smoke might dissipate soon. He is standing by with the M4, but also gets a new present. It's Mouse though with the secondary up for Kinguin, getting the score back to a 4-on-4 and keeping the doors open for Kinguin.
Yeah, an important pick into the round. On that CT side, once you're down to a 4v5, it becomes really difficult to cover every angle. You've got to focus on B apps, mid, Palace and A ramp, and it's quite easy to lose mid control with some nades, but here we go. The AWP in CT, nades not being used just yet. There's only one smoke in play, but the flash forces Mouse off the angle. Reface comes through, but ZywOo is more than ready for it. Taz gets one kill back, but it may be too little too late.
He's gone low on HP and the bomb has been planted. Only Benice is alive, and he's done amazing work. But it's also saved a lot of times. He knows a 1v3 is unwinnable for him. That means the economy of Team Kinguin has been destroyed. They will probably go on an eco next round. And Vitality can build up a little bit of money as well. We'll bring it to 11-10. And the next round could mean an equalizer.
Manice will be able to save the AWP. But as the round goes the way of Vitality, let's see what the money looks like for the Kinguin guys. Not really good enough. It's kind of borderline for the Polish squad here. Taz will make the call, but I think they'll probably want to save.
Yeah, if they would go for the buy, you would expect a tactical pause to come out as well, but Kinguin has advised themselves to go against that. And so only pistols will be bought. The AWP of Manice, of course, in play will go to the B side again. Instead of maybe opening it up from connector, and I think that's something Kinguin is lacking. The creativeness of Manice with the AWP constantly going for the same angle, and Saiwu has his number. We'll take him out, and Mozinho couldn't even grab that AWP. Tries to tap around, but he will lose his life as well. Saiwu is just way too good. And so the players of Kinguin will fall one by one. Only Taz doing something back. Eventually he will fall as well. Riyad's in the 1v4 side. Wu is low, but gets the last frag as well. A 4K for him, and the 11th round for Vitality, bringing it back to an equal score.
And Manice goes for that AWP again. Another nail-biter here on Mirage. Nuke was already close enough. We had every single round in regulation played on that second map of this series. The same could come through here on Mirage, but we've got a few more rounds until we get to that point.
Again, a lack of utility for Team Kinguin, as they also lack the defuse kits this time. And that means Vitality has the better hand, but as Manice has the AWP, is now holding a different angle. Saiwu might actually walk in towards his aim, and so he will. He will lose his life as well. But it's RPK also failing after he gets refragged instantly. And this is not what Vitality needs. They need to get these rounds together, need to get the lead. Otherwise, their economy might actually go downhill. It's Manice with a second one for this round. Only 2 players are left alive for Vitality. They can only trade, but only... becomes something very big as MBK gets a 3-man spray down. Only Manice alive in a 1v1. And MBK knows where he is. They know each other's position, but MBK wins it. It's 12-11. And MBK wins the 1v4. And I think Kinguin will probably hate themselves after that one.
How the hell does MBK get all those kills?
I don't know.
I have no idea. The trade doesn't come in from Kinguin. MBK was the one man really struggling for Vitality before that round. Remember, he got 4 kills there, so you take that away from the 11 he has right now. He was only there on 7 frags before the previous round, but he steps up when it is really needed. And I don't blame Kinguin for calling the pause. It looked like the trades were going their way. The round slips away from them, and it's another situation where Kinguin's buy is worse for wear.
People don't see the camera, but you were actually with your hands behind your head like, what is happening? MBK gets those kills, and Kinguin wasn't even facing 1-by-1. They were moving in together, but they just couldn't hit those shots when they came from jungle. MBK just played it out majestically, and that's just what he had to do, as Apex stays on Taz as well. Has taken a lot of damage, but at least it's a good opener against this pistol armor buy from Kinguin, and they lose yet another player. Again, those 1v1 peaks with no flashbangs whatsoever.
They didn't have much utility to work with in this round. It looked like they were just trying to force those 1v1s. Hope they get a rifle or 2 into their hands, and that could come through, but Reitz fails the shots there, decides to fall away, and that means that Apex will be fine. Again, Vitality just taking their time. They've realized it is pistols in this round for the Kinguin guys, so there's no need to risk giving away these rifles. And Vitality just keep on holding back.
It is still the good situation for Vitality. They have struggled on this map, just like they did on Nuke. But eventually they come back ever so slowly. And eventually they might actually get the win. Execute coming in towards the gates with only 1 player standing by. This Riyadh. And he's already taken a lot of damage. 50 HP he has left. And he's on stairs. A predictable angle which will be smoked off by the side of Vitality. Actually, stairs will be open still. They know they have the angle from Palace. The mollies fly in. MBK is coming as well. And he fires the shot at Riyadh. Only Mouse and Rollin left. The top fragger together with his buddy. Rollum is currently on the bot. He can change things up with the Deagle, however. But it seems like Kinguin isn't that eager to go in themselves.
Rallen comes close, but doesn't connect the shots. Still struggling to find anything. The round is won. It's all about trying to sneak away with an AK, trying to do some sort of damage, and the shots are landing, but not really enough damage connecting. Ooh, there we go. Rallen gets the headshot through the wall and follows up with a second kill. He should probably move closer to try and get one of those AKs, but I'm not sure he'll get there in time. Doesn't want to die to the bomb, and he plays it perfectly, surviving on 4 HP, but the AK is just out of reach. He can't find the gun. It's still a full buy for Kinguin, but they're not going to have too many buys left. Again, every round is of massive importance at this point, and Kinguin decide their best chance is a double AWP setup.
They lack the fuse kits and a bit of utility again, though. It is the same story and over. It is Vitality now taking the lead. Saibu, of course, also on the AWP, trying to force away Maniz. And so he has to go away from window, but not actually a smoke or a molly going in. So it's interesting. Nobody of Kinguin helping out their AWPer, as they could have come from short, could have gone from connector, but yet they give so much room to work with.
Smoke in towards window means that Maniz has second thoughts about his position. Decides to play it rather passively, falling back, but moving over towards A. The bomb is currently pushing in towards ladder room, so Vitality are really spread across the map. It doesn't seem like they have made a decisive call as to where they want to end this round. And as the time ticks away, there has still been 0 damage in this round. Again, you can feel just how important this round 25 is for both of these sides.
A molly from Happy could ruin the day of Riyadh, as connector control and jungle control is fully in the hands of Vitality. And they almost know that if Happy just throws that little bottle in, it would actually mean demise for Team Kinguin maybe, but Saiwu has been taken low, as Kinguin is actually losing the battle as well. It's Maniz only standing by to hold off his A side. He will get a frag to Apex, but the bomb is being planted. RPK won't be stopped, but Rollen also takes down Saiwu. It's a 3-on-4, but Maniz is still not hitting his shots. RPK is coming in, and of course the tank makes it work. It is back to a 3-on-3, and Kinguin is grouping in CT.
Maniz gets a bit too confident there, decides to face, gives away his life, and Kinguin will move towards the site with no nades left. They're not going for this one. They're giving up on the round. The time is too far gone. Without the nades, they would have to focus on mid as well, and that's just too many positions to deal with. Happy looks to get a frag, won't find it, but Vitality will find round number 14 on the board. And Kinguin have got to hold these rifles to make sure they get a good enough buy into the next round, and they will stay safe. So still money for Kinguin, but they concede yet another round.
I love the movement as well from RPK, just going towards the B side already. He knew Kinguin was saving, so he figured that's a best shot of actually getting them off and getting those rifles out of their hands. It is a decent buy for both teams now, as Kinguin is trying to hold on for dear life, but 2 more rounds could mean their end, as Vitality is now finally facing their weaker opponent, it seems. Actually build up an economy as well. RPK is a very, very rich man. The same goes for MBK.
Another slow start for Vitality. It's been successful for them in these recent rounds, so they decide there's no need to change anything. Happy is holding towards mid. Zaiwu lining up a smoke. That's going to go all the way over towards connector. Oh, I'm not sure that landed where he wanted it to, but still Vitality will follow it up with the push, and it does go in towards stairs. That was a nice bounce, which cuts off the stairs position completely. That bomb will be planted, albeit with a man disadvantage.
Taz falls, or actually gets a kill on top mid, as it will be a 5-on-4, but Vitality planted the bomb exactly where they wanted to. The problem is they have 3 people in ramp area, and so they have to reposition. 2 guys will try to take top mid the position. Happy try to play, actually get the flank later on. Kinguin should be aware of this. Saiwu will be tagged by the wallbang, but will survive. and that is very important to stall this round even longer. Vitality is now coming in the flank, 2 guys at connector. And is it now Meniz holding on? No, he will die. It's Saiwu also going down. The Ninja Diffuse is coming in, and the round goes to Kinguin. It was a good attempt for Vitality, but they lose it in the end. Mouse is just as strong, already on 31 frags, and we'll go to 14-12.
Vitality commits quite early into the round there. That meant that Kinguin had a bunch of nades for the retake. They get that smoke for Palace. They also cut the players off from connector, and that's what made the difference there. Also able to smoke the bomb. So the fact that Kinguin first had the man advantage and then had the nades to work with is what really allowed them to find success in that round. But they need to make sure they don't lose this follow-up round here. Taz has got to spend his money. He's not bought a gun just yet, and so Kinguin's economy is not that well built up. They cannot afford to lose this.
Vitality can't as well. They do have some money built up, but Kinguin could get close as well. But still, for them, it wouldn't be that much of a problem in the end, comparing it to Kinguin. Again, an AWP on both sides. No double up anymore for Kinguin. And it actually worked out pretty alright. Roland picking up some frags, but mainly Meniz always stepping up when he needs to, together with Mouse. But yet, it is Vitality slowing it down. Not really showing their hand on where they want to go, and that actually confuses me. They don't really have an idea, but they might actually go for a B split, it seems.
Vitality starting to converge on mid. 2 players in towards top mid, 2 players moving through underpass, and Kinguin have completely vacated that portion of the map. They are content with letting Vitality have that mid control. Now the question is, what do Vitality do with this mid control they have gathered? They'll probably try and split towards a site. Apex hoping for a spray through the smoke, having spotted the tracers. Doesn't get the chance to fire the shots. And the time is ticking away. Vitality need to make up their minds quite quickly.
Happy again in Palace, but never really uses Molly to face out Riyadh. And he's playing there almost every round, so just that Molly would help out his team so much. I just hope he throws it now, so he will. Riyadh burning away. RPK gets the frag, and that's the opener Vitality was looking for. And eventually the trades go their way. It is a 4-on-3. The bomb will be planted, but RPK is not even being covered. And Roland knows what to do. 15 seconds left. He will fall. Mouse is coming in, but suddenly everyone dies from Kinguin. It will be map and match point for Vitality.
A flurry of frags for Vitality, and last chance saloon for Kinguin. 3 map points for Vitality, 3 minor points for Vitality. And they will be liking their chances because Kinguin's buy is a bit up and down, a little bit topsy-turvy. Mouse gets the M4, that's a big benefit, but Vitality might switch up the pace entirely. They are all leaning towards B, and these recent rounds have been much, much slower. So this switch of pace could catch Kinguin off guard, but the smoke might make them second-guess themselves as Apex forces the fight towards mid.
It was actually Meniz trying to go in underpass, as Kinguin has little to no utility, already used everything. Hoping to open something else up. But still, they can't make it work. It's a 5-on-4, it's Apex. Taking a little bit of damage, but Roland the only player to hold of the B side, where Vitality is actually aiming to go towards. Senior standing by, gets the first frag for his team, making it back into a 4-on-4. Now Vitality has to move. Mouse is being pushed from the back, and he has no clue. It's Happy coming in, and he will open things even more. Only 2 players left on the B side, and 1 is far away. It's Riyadh, as the rest of the team of Team Kinguin will die. It's a 1v4, and Vitality seems to be strong and capable of winning this map and this series.
Here we go. Reets will fall, and that is it. All of the teams have been confirmed for the minor, and it is Vitality who make it work. A bit closer than they would have liked on Mirage, but at the end of the day, it's all about grinding out the win, making it through to the minor, and that's exactly what they did.
They still have a chance to get the top spot at the major, but still they have to fight through the minor. But let's look at the bracket, because there has been a lot of games today, and we have seen some teams fall. In the upper bracket, Mousesports, Windigo and Optic together with North, went through to the minor straight away. But we also had some teams struggling in the lower bracket, and that's what we looked at today. And some upsets were actually pulled.
I mean, Windigo making it through the upper bracket is one of the most obvious upsets on this side of things. They managed to get that opening victory against ENCE, who eventually qualified, but in that first series, Windigo beat them 2-0. They didn't drop a single map in this qualifier in either of their series. A really impressive showing by the Bulgarians. Poison was particularly impressive. I think he may even have better stats than ZywOo for this qualifier. It's definitely close between those two. And overall, a strong showing from Windigo, which is quite exciting heading into this stacked minor.
Something we also have to say, like Kinguin lost right here, still did a very good showing. And unfortunately, they lost right here. Let's go to the lower bracket. You see it, Vitality going through together with the Lions, ex-Space Soldiers, and ENCE Esports. A team you expected to be there from the get-go, but they were upset by Windigo.
Yeah, and Valiance making it through is another nice thing. Again, they've been a team that has found some success online. They've had a bit of a switch up of their roster recently, but they find success in that lower bracket. And overall, I think most of the teams you would have expected to make it through have managed to. A couple of the maybe stronger teams that have been omitted. LDLC there, knocked out by ENCE. Kind of an unfortunate draw, but they're one of the teams that you would have expected to compete. And another one is Kinguin there with quite a tough draw against Vitality. And again, the fact they played Vitality close will be a bit depressing for them. Against another team, maybe they could have made it through, but you have to beat who is ahead of you, and Kinguin weren't quite good enough.
And the painful thing is there were 4 teams from Poland playing here to get to the minor of Katowice. Eventually sort of their hometown, but eventually they all lost. VP unfortunately disbanded after losing this minor as well. They said enough is enough, and we'll come back later on with a stronger team. But enough is enough for us as well. We had a great showing. We congratulate the teams once again, but there are still some teams to qualify. That will be in the NA minor close qualifier, which will come after a short break. Jason Kaplan and Tom Biz will take you through all the action, and we thank you for watching. Bye-bye.